Welcome to Fact OG. Do you know what happens if Trump rules the world? Imagine waking up one morning and discovering that every government on Earth had dissolved, replaced by a single leader. Not a president, not a king, not a prime minister. One man ruling the entire planet. And that man is Donald J. Trump. How would the world look under Trump's global rule? At first, the change would be shocking. National borders would still exist on maps, but the idea of independent countries would vanish. From Washington to Beijing, Moscow to London, every capital city would take orders from one source, the world president. Politics would shift overnight. International organizations like the United Nations and NATO would no longer be needed. Trump would likely replace them with a new power structure, one where loyalty to him mattered more than centuries of diplomacy. Leaders who once clashed with him would suddenly be subordinates. Imagine Vladimir Putin, Xi Jinping, or Emmanuel Macron answering to Trump. The balance of power would look very different. The economy would change too. Trump's America First approach might transform into Trump First. Global trade could tilt toward industries he favors: oil, gas, steel, and real estate. Oil, gas, steel. Skyscrapers, casinos, and Trump towers could dominate skylines from Cairo to Tokyo. A new global currency, perhaps called the Trump dollar, might even replace the US dollar. Climate policy would take a hit, coal plants might return, oil drilling could expand. On the other hand, deregulation could supercharge industries, creating jobs, but also deepening environmental crises. Culture would unify, but in Trump's image. His slogans, style, and way of speaking might become the language of politics worldwide. News outlets might be divided into two categories: those that support the world president and those dismissed as fake news. Social media would explode with endless memes, debates, and controversies. Trump would be at the center of every conversation, every day, everywhere. Imagine passports featuring his signature, schools worldwide teaching a standardized Trump curriculum, airports, highways, and even space programs carrying his name. Even holidays might shift. What if Trump Day became a global celebration? Of course, ruling the world is not easy. Opposition would inevitably rise. Protests could erupt across continents. Different cultures, religions, and ideologies might resist being forced into a single vision of leadership. People fighting back, holding on to their traditions and independence. The dream of absolute power could quickly turn into chaos. So what would happen if Trump ruled the world? The answer is a mix of spectacle, power, and uncertainty. Some would celebrate him as a bold leader uniting humanity. Others would resist, fighting to restore diversity and independence. Would you book your ticket or protest in the streets?